You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP Team. Keller Williams Realty. We always feature our real estate listings live on air. 1311 Gray Street. This is a hot property in Pinellas County. Great opportunity to own real estate in Gulfport, Florida. A beautiful property at 1311 Gray Street. Pool home, fenced-in yard, updated on the inside. Almost 1,400 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 3 bath, private backyard, mother-in-law suite, which could be used as an awesome rental income property. You got a private shed in the back as well as a private pool, fenced-in yard. 1311 Gray Street, south in Gulfport, Florida. All right, 202 Westchester Hills. This is a great property in Hillsborough County. Westchester Hills is a beautiful pool home, another modern build, granite countertops, wood cabinetry, stainless steel appliances, 5 bedrooms, 3 bath, 2-car garage, almost 3,500 square foot home in Valrico. 202 Westchester Hills Lane, heated pool, saltwater heated pool. Beautiful property. You can see all of our real estate listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
This is God's country.
All right, quick shout out to our friends at Golf Cart Depot, formerly known as Golf Cart Depot, Discovery Golf Cars for business or recreation. It seems like everybody's getting a golf car these days. They've got lots of makes and models. Easy Go, Star, EV, Cushman. They offer new and pre-owned. You can rent or buy. Let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. DiscoveryGolfCars.com. Tell them you heard about them right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, we got our friend Thomas King back in studio. Florida Firearms Academy. Welcome back, sir.
Hey, I wanted to give a shout out to one of my instructors. You know, he's been with me since day one. You know Dominic Rogers.
Yep.
He's actually moving up north with his girl. He's going to be a police officer up there, so we're going to miss him dramatically and dearly. He's just going to be in the North Carolina area.
Okay.
And he went up, got the house, loves it and everything. He's sad he's going to go because he loves the family there, the FFA family. And but he's, we're proud of him. We're happy when we're supporting him, so I just want to give you a shout out to him.
Shout out to him, moving to the Tar Heel state, not a bad state.
Yeah, it's beautiful. He's got some property out there, so you can do some shooting in the backyard and do some hunting up there.
That's awesome. Hunting, fishing.
I think that's where most people go to. I go to there, but most people go there to retire. Georgia area. I mean, so many people that have retired from Florida to Georgia or like Blue Ridge area. Or, it's just gorgeous out there.
Yeah, I want to take a trip up there this winter. All right, Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy right here in Tampa Bay, helping protect folks. Thomas, I always like to get, you hear that term like keep your ear to the ground. Mm-hmm. Keep your ear to the ground with a lot of the off-duty deputies, military, police. What are you hearing out there? What's kind of happening in that space?
Well, most people don't know this, and they don't even react to it. Kind of like when the hurricane's coming, they wait till that last second to get ready. But this is what we hear from everyone out there. Mm-hmm. Every 60 seconds, there's a home invasion. That's someone kicking in your door. That's over 1 million homes a year. Wow. Every 75 seconds, there's a carjacking. Every 90 seconds, there's a kid taken for sex trafficking. Every 90 seconds. So after this show right now, that is so bad. And we always think, it's not going to happen to me. Right now, we got wide open borders. Fentanyl is the number one cause of death. That's more than COVID, more than cancer, more than heart disease, and all accidents.
Where's the uproar?
Where's
Fauci?
Who cares, man? Doesn't even matter because it doesn't meet the agenda.
Yeah.
But with all these things going on, with all the new laws going into place to protect the attackers, catch and release, no bail, the recession, inflation, the new prices of gas, food, homing, do you think the crime rate's going to go up or going to go back down?
Right.
It's just going to go crazy.
Yep.
So if you're not ready for that, if you're not prepared for that, the best thing to do is be prepared. Not just financially, not just mentally, but physically and mentally. I mean, that's like do some hand-to-hand combat, take some karate. Alex Black Belt Lima right here. Go ahead and hook that guy up. He'll train you. Take some firearm lessons. Know how to use a firearm. Know how to defend yourself. Get a firearm. Learn how to use it correctly, safely. Know the laws. Do it now. If you're that person that's putting it off, it may be too late. If someone broke into your home, I hope you're not the guy saying, I wish I took that basic pistol class. I mean, that's kind of like the same thing of saying as right before you're getting in a car accident saying, I wish I put my seatbelt on.
Yeah.
Do it now. Get prepared because it's not going to get better until someone and us as society makes it better, changes the laws. You can't just catch and release bad guys. You can't just say, no bail, you're good.
It's ridiculous,
You're
man.
giving them a pass to break in your homes, to steal, to come out and do even more horrible things. So until they reverse all this and change it, it's not going to get any better.
Yeah, exactly. And, they want to bring the race card into it a lot of times, too. It's like, this isn't good for any race. This crime. It's not good for white people. It's not good for black people. It's not good for, right on down the line, right? And then you look at the crime. If you actually dig into the crime statistics, a lot of black-on-black crime in Chicago, murders, Baltimore, Philadelphia. I mean, it's the same cities you always hear about, L.A., New York. So crime is there. What are you going to do to protect yourself, right?
Absolutely. It's not about color, race, anything. It shouldn't be. It should be we're Americans. Let's work together. Let's stop this. If everyone actually carried a gun and learned how to use it, you know how much crime rate there would be? Who's going to go out and do things?
Right.
Only gangs are.
What about open carry? What do you like? Does Texas have open carry? Like you literally...
Many states do now.
You can walk around and just... Man, I'm not messing with that dude.
I'm not the guy really that's gonna, even if it does come here in Florida, I'm not the guy that's gonna open carry. I open carry in my store only for a reason because I have a firearm and everyone else in there does have a firearm. But I'm gonna be the guy targeted if there is a bad guy. He's gonna come up behind me, knowing that I can stop him and protect other people because he sees a firearm on me. I'm the number one target. And you do have people on videos that come up to people from behind and try to grab their gun if their holster doesn't have a lock on it and run away with it because you got a $2,000 gun right now.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And that's an economy right there, right? Somebody's going to rob that. They're going to take it into the hood and sell it or whatever.
Concealed carry, I think you get a little bit more leeway of not being the target, but people that do open carry, if everyone's open carrying, then you have no problem then because everyone knows if I do something dumb, everyone's going to point a gun at me.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Thomas King here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, Florida Firearms Academy. We're going to come back to Thomas in just a minute. I want to go to the phone lines now. We've got Clyde Smith calling in with our beach update. Bilmar Beach Resort, Clyde Smith. How you doing, sir?
Brandon, I'm doing terrific. It's a beautiful day today, and we're just all geared up, waiting for Standing Ovations to kick off, which is just 1 week from today.
Oh, wow. Standing Ovations. I love that. Standing Ovations. Tell everybody in case they haven't heard about that.
Yeah, so Standing Ovations, it's normally a competition, but some of the internationals still can't get away to get here. So they're doing an exhibition, and it's themed Once Upon a Time, and we have about 100,000 pounds of sand being delivered from a homestead quarry out to Treasure Island Beach. And the sculptors from all over the country, a couple of international, are going to make them into 10 amazing pieces of art, all original art, and they build them up. Some go as high as 15 feet. They use wooden frames to build them, and then they carve them for several days. They'll be starting carving probably this weekend and ready for the official start on November 17th. But Treasure Island does it big. Instead of just having the beautiful art out there, they also will have over 100 vendors and food vendors and a huge stage. And there'll be 2 weekends of live music, both weekend of the 17th to the 20th, but also Thanksgiving weekend. They're doing an encore weekend with live music. And it's really good. It all kind of the very first part of it comes to a head on Saturday night after the Pirate Flag. That's the Kenny Chesney tribute band. They're fantastic.
They're so good. I saw them last time I was over there.
They really are. I think that was 2 years ago they had them at that time, and we got so many requests they brought them back. And then when they finish up at 10 o'clock, it's one of the most spectacular fireworks show you've ever seen right over the beach. It's really fantastic.
Is that,
that's going to be on the Saturday, which is the 19th, is the fireworks.
19th. Wow.
Yeah, the music starts at 10 a.m. that day and goes until 10 p.m. So that's really the main day, but there's a lot going on with on Friday also with live music.
Yeah, that lead singer, he not only he looked like Kenny Chesney, he dressed like it, and he sounded like it. He was really good.
Yeah, and then the next weekend, one of the headlining bands is Dead Set. If you've never heard them, they're really good. It's a Grateful Dead tribute band. In fact, my wife likes them better because they're in tune than the original Grateful Dead, according to her.
Yeah, that's funny.
But they did that last year, did the Encore, and it was fantastic. We probably had, just for the Encore alone, we probably had 10,000 people come out over the Thanksgiving weekend because everyone's got family in town. And
Right.
the actual sculptures, which are made from, as I mentioned, a special sand and water, nothing else is added to them, they will actually stay up until after New Year's Eve, all the way through to the new year, and then our permit runs out and we have to take them down at that point.
It's absolutely amazing if you haven't seen it, folks. Standing ovations, Clyde Smith, Treasure Island, Bilmar Beach Resort. It is just absolutely amazing. You talk about artwork. You talk about, precision. I mean, man, it's amazing to see how, and these people are extremely talented, Clyde.
Yeah, they can put a whisker on a face with just using a little tool and the sand. It's amazing what they do. And it's Dan and Meredith, who are the owners of Standing Ovation. He's a 15-time world champion. They live right here on Treasure Island, so they're part of our local community. And, we house all the artists here, and we feed them breakfast, lunch, and dinner through Sloppy Joe's. And it's really a great time. And the event, of course, is right behind Sloppy Joe's outdoor deck. And if anyone comes, they can try the brand-new menu we're rolling out on Thursday. Tomorrow we have a new menu in Sloppy Joe's. And that's going to be real fun. And there's drink specials, and there's a huge bar out on the beach that we also manage on behalf of the city. And it's a great event. We'll have about 50,000 people next weekend, and like I said, 10 to 15 the following.
Wow.
So it's a big event. It's one of the biggest festivals, in the Tampa Bay area, and this will be the 13th year. So it's
and you got
definitely
vendors
worth coming out.
You got vendors out there too, like my friend Lance Hunter Skipper. I saw him out there one time selling the really cool fishing shirts and different things.
They do. The unique thing is Vito runs all the vendors for the city, and no two vendor is the same. So if one person is selling fish shirts, you won't see fish shirts at another one. So those 100 vendors all have 100 different items to go through. I love the cooking ones with all the cooking gear and things like that. Sometimes there's a massage vendor out there. Just really a variety
Hammocks.
of everything.
I think I remember a hammock seller, out there.
Yes.
So
yes.
We're talking with Clyde Smith. He's the general manager of the Bilmar Beach Resort, longtime friend of the program, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. I love staying over there at the Bilmar Beach Resort, Treasure Island. I tell you, it's one of the few hotels where you literally have, I think it's close to 90% of the rooms that are overlooking the beach. And then I love staying on that first floor suite, Clyde, where we walk out the first step. You're like 2 steps and you're on the sugar sand beaches.
That is the case. We have the fire pits and the Adirondack chairs back there for everyone to enjoy. And that is the true beach experience. You slide your door open and you're out on the beach. It's really nice. And 2/3 of our room have kitchenettes. So if you're traveling with a family and want to just stay in the room a little longer, or just, save a little bit of money, you can, go to the Publix right across the street and stock up and do that. And 2/3 of the rooms also have balconies. So there's a lot of variety. We try to have a little bit of something for everybody, including, the bicycles that we have and the beach chairs. And, we've got Turbo down on the beach with, taking care of cabanas and kayaks and paddle boards that are included with the room. And it's a good time. Really great place. And definitely, as you know, just call us directly or go on BilmarBeachResort.com. That's the best way. We have a book direct. There's Florida resident rates, just a lot of options of rooms and rate types. So we try to accommodate everyone.
Yep, 2 pools on site, multiple restaurants. Sloppy Joe's is an institution in itself, right? I mean, that's the same, the one in Key West, and then you got the one there as well in Treasure Island. Sloppy Joe's Beach Bar and Restaurant, 2 pools, lots of fun stuff in the actual community of Treasure Island as well. You got the beach walk out there too.
Yes, we have the 1 mile beach trail right behind us. It's lit up at night for safety, and just a really good way to enjoy all that Treasure Island has to offer. And in addition to our 2 restaurants, there's another dozen right within walking distance. That's one of the nice things about Treasure Island. It's very walkable. Many of our out-of-town guests don't even rent a car. They just, get a ride over from the airport, and then they use the free beach shuttle or the beach trolley, the PSTA beach trolley, which is fantastic. And now they have the new Sunrunner, which you can connect. In fact, it's free until next May. And that takes you from St. Pete Beach, which you can get to with the free beach ride, and takes you all the way downtown to the new pier and everything going on downtown St. Petersburg.
Cool.
And that's a free express ride that they've just added. Next May, they'll start charging, I want to say it's $250. It's just a really reasonable amount to be able to travel and visit some of the breweries and restaurants that we have in this area without, worrying about driving at all.
That's awesome. All right, book direct, folks. BilmarBeachResort.com. Clyde Smith, General Manager. Always great catching up with you, Clyde.
Brandon, we look forward to seeing you soon. If you make it out for Standing Ovations, let me know. We'll say hi.
Absolutely. Will do, my friend. Thank you
care.
so much.
Thank you.
All right, taking a quick break. Coming back, more with Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy, here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Plus, our feel-good story of the day is a good one. USPS delivery man celebrates 70 years of delivering the mail. We'll be right back. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, everybody, it's the Captain, Matt Bruce, and you're listening to my buddy, Brandon Rhymes, a consumer quarterback. Sell, Brandon, sell.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. And we always like to tell you something good.
Tell me something good.
All right, Johnny Bell could have retired a long time ago. At 93 years old, he's still going to work each day. He recently celebrated his 70th year of employment with the United States Postal Service, and Bell has spent his entire career serving Oklahoma City. That makes Johnny the longest tenured USPS employee in the country right now. And the times have certainly changed. When he first started at age 23, his starting pay was just $1.81 per hour. That humbling beginning is a reflection of the man that so many people have gotten to know. And they say he's one of those guys that is a man of few words. And when he does choose to speak, people often listen. And he says, thank you so much for the recognition during a celebration of his career. And they shared some cake, a few laughs, and then Bell went back to sorting mail. So there you have it. There's our feel-good story of the day. 70 years, Thomas. 70 years.
Wow.
At one job.
You know what? You can't even buy a Coke from a vending machine for $1.83.
Yeah.
That's what he made an hour?
Yeah.
Unreal.
He could buy, at the end of work, he could buy 8 Cokes in the days.
Working all day for a couple Cokes.
Yeah, exactly. And, think about, too, like the living wage back then. You had one breadwinner.
Right.
And then you had typically, the male was out earning the money. The wife was at home because they have the nurturing skills. They're better with the children. They, homeschooled in a lot of cases.
We weren't taxed to death.
And you weren't taxed to death, right. And the inflation didn't kill you. So now it's, most families are 2-income households. Dad's got to work. Mom's got to work. They got to go out and support. And thank you to our political class for that, the elites.
Yeah, take it all.
Yep, that's what they do.
Want.
Yep. All right, so we've got Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We were talking about this open southern border and just some of the effects of that, Thomas. It's it's unprecedented. The number of gotaways, the number of people coming through, and I don't blame them because I would want to come here too if I was in Mexico or Guatemala, right?
Sure.
We would be probably doing the same thing, right? If
Absolutely.
But who we do blame is the politicians. We blame the people that are allowing this to happen, turning a blind eye. And not only that, saying that the police officers that were on horseback that have, if you know anything about rodeo, I used to do rodeo, you have split reins. You have 2 different types of reins. One rein hooks directly to the other side of the horse's mouth, the bit, and it's just one continuous loop. The other type is a split rein. It's 2 separate strands, so to speak, 2 separate. And those, sometimes they can look like they're hanging over. So they try to lie about it. Him and Obama, they try to say, they were whipping the migrants with their whips. No, it wasn't. It was split reins, and they weren't doing anything like that.
It did look like it from the video, but
Right.
when you saw the other video, it's all political. Everything has become so politicalized that it's just kind of disgusting. When you have people coming across this border illegally, selling drugs, catching our kids, and they have more rights than our American citizens living on the streets.
Exactly.
They get more benefits than our American citizens living on the streets.
Yeah.
You know something's wrong.
Yeah.
It's just for a political gain. That's
Exactly.
all.
I mean, isn't that weird? You look at veterans, for example, there's one class, and police and fire, and those people need to be put on pedestals. They need to be given anything extra that we can rather than giving it to these people. And then they're also giving them the right to vote in some places.
Everything is backwards now.
Yeah.
Everything. Every time I look at something or read something, I'm like, well, that shouldn't be like that.
Right.
It's like, I can't even believe it's even this way. So it just seems like every time I turn around, it's what I think is right, should be right, is wrong.
And thank God we don't live in Illinois. I mean, you saw that law that passed up there, right? They called it the... what's the Purge? Remember the Purge movies where there's no rule? Like they called it the Purge law, where
No
basically
bail.
Murder, kidnapping. By the way, you can't pursue them for 48 hours.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
trespassing.
unbelievable stuff.
Trespassing, I think, is going to be the really bad one because someone can come live in your house and, sorry, you're going to have to take care of yourself. Someone can come stay in your store. Sorry, you got to take care of yourself.
They're inviting anarchy. They want anarchy. They want us to fight each other, and then they want to bring in a national police force that's headquartered out of, you guessed it, Washington, D.C.
You know, they have done a fantastic job. I will give it as splitting the people up and turning the people against each other.
Right.
Instead of looking at where the real problem is coming from.
Yeah.
People are pointing at each other, your neighbors. It's not. We're all humans. We're all Americans. Let's just get the cause out. Let's fix these laws. Let's take these people out of office that shouldn't be there, that want a political gain, doing the right thing for their own cause.
Yeah, I love it. I saw one of the memes kind of circulating around that said something about, whether you're the Dems or the donkeys or the elephant or the donkey, you really need to think about it from perspective of the lamb, the lamb of Jesus Christ. That's what we really should focus on. But it's hard when you have all these outside forces pushing you into this sector, pushing you into that way. And, if you believe that, then you must be this.
And with the propaganda in the media, there's bad forces on both sides of this party. I don't care what you look at or think. They need to get out, and we need to put people in there and have some kind of, just make sure that it's going to be, they're only working on a term limit. Because if not, they're going to get buddies with everyone, staying there for a career. Look, Biden's been in there over 50 years, and look what he's done.
Exactly. One of the prime examples of that with the laptop and his son and the, just
made a fortune from it, though.
Yeah, exactly.
50 years in there, why not?
Exactly. And the Pelosi's and on and on and on. It's on both sides, like you said. A lot of the rhinos, too. The uniparty. That's what it was. It was the uniparty, the unopposed. So then you had MAGA come in and say, look, we're going to shake this thing up, man. Who saw that coming in? That's why it's important that we continue to keep moving in the right direction.
They will stop anyone that will try to stop them.
Exactly. Yeah, big time. And they'll lock you up, just like we were talking about the 2,000 Mules, the gal from 2,000 Mules that created that. She's in prison right now.
Is she really?
They locked her up for starting the documentary, and I guess not giving up on an informant.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, she created a documentary on election potential fraud and ballot harvesting. She's locked up in Texas prison right now. Her and her partner that started True the Vote. Yeah, I heard about it on Bannon's podcast, Steve Bannon's podcast. 30 seconds, back to you, my friend.
So if it doesn't fit their narrative, ban them, cancel them, get them out. This is what I say. There's a lot of crime going on. Be prepared. Go out and stop making excuses. Do it. Get it out there. Take hand-to-hand combat, something that can defend yourself, because the government is always prepared. The military is always prepared. Law enforcement is always prepared. The Boy Scouts are always prepared. Why shouldn't you be? Get out there, do something, make sure it's to protect you and yourself and your family.
That's right. I was talking to you about some of those CBs and things like that, too. If the telecoms go out, I was looking up getting a satellite phone. But,
that was ham radios and stuff.
The ham radio, right. Just in case, right?
Absolutely. That's what everyone's going to use.
You got to figure out what channel to be on, though, right?
Once you take the class, you'll be good to go.
Okay, that's good. I need to get a class then. Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy. Check them out online. And I want to thank also Clyde Smith, Bilmar Beach Resort, Captain Will Smith Aviation. Hey, another great show. I want to thank our producers, everybody behind the scenes putting the show together. Please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. We'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Make sure you check out our website, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rhymes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show.